Let's jump to the story from the Daily Caller. Obama once wrote to ex-girlfriend that he repeatedly fantasizes about making love to men, biographer says. Former President Obama once wrote that he fantasized about having sexual relations with other men. Biographer David Garrow said in an interview published Wednesday, the former president expressed his fantasies in a letter to a girlfriend at the time. Garrow told Tablet magazine in the interview, that letter has been redacted and is currently in possession of Emory University, according to Garrow. So they have this. The ex-girlfriend provided a copy of the letter, but has redacted one paragraph. Garrow told Tablet, who said she revealed the paragraph was about homosexuality. Sometime right about when Rising Star came out, Alex indirectly sold the original, sold those letters, and they ended up at Emory. Garrow told Tablet while discussing his biography of Obama, Rising Star, which touched on Obama reportedly dreaming about homosexuality. So Emory put out a press release saying, we've gotten these rare letters by Barack Obama and no mention of this paragraph that was too sensitive. None of the papers mentioned it. Emory didn't mention it. So I emailed Harvey Clare and said, go to Emory Archives. He spent his whole life at Emory, but they won't let him take pictures. Garrow said later in the interview, so Harvey has to sit there with a pencil and copy out the graph where Barack writes to Alex about how he repeatedly fantasized about making love to men. Obama married his wife, former First Lady Michelle Obama, in 92. Obama did not immediately respond to Daily Caller's request for comment. So this is his biographer saying that he wrote this, and I can't imagine, like, I don't know, is this a thing, like, for a guy to write his, like, private letter to a girlfriend about wanting, was Obama trying to trick her for some reason, or is just like he's admitting this is what he's all about?
Yeah, is that like, is he trying to break up with her by saying, you know, I'm actually secretly into guys?
Right, like maybe, like that's what I mean. Like maybe he wasn't really meaning it. He was just like, you know, you're not right for me because here you go.
Yeah, but that's so awkward and embarrassing to say I fantasize about having gay sex if you're not actually fantasizing about having gay sex.
I don't know if it could be embarrassing now that he's like older. And it was like this crude, youthful attempt at breaking up with someone indirectly because you're too scared to do it like a man.
See, I feel like it's not like breaking up with her. I feel like he's testing her to like see how committed she is to him. He's like, okay, well, I think about this. And she's like, that's fine. I'll stay with you no matter what. Like, I feel like that's way worse. I think they won't comment on this, but I would desperately love to see Obama's come out and say, but what's the problem with this? I mean, I think we're in the 21st century. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's actually their easiest way out.
Didn't
like,
Obama write that whole letter about how he grew up reading all of the books that like Florida is banning or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Did he say that?
Something like, I'll have to find the tweet. And I just saw everybody quote tweeting it saying, yeah, it looks like Obama just came out as gay because all of the books they're banning are,
it was right before he released his like summer reading list.
No, these books weren't released when Barack was younger.
Yeah.
Like genderqueer and stuff.
Yeah, and like how to bind. Some of these books are so weird, and they're all available in the public libraries.
Well, yeah, but people were like making the joke saying that because it was probably some stupid statement where they were just saying, oh, they're banning books because it's literally 1984.
Bogus is trying to get the beef.
Snacks.
You can't have any beef, Bogus.
Carnivore snacks.
I think they should actually ban all books. Just no more books, only the internet.
I'm big on bisexuality.
Right, no, that's good. You ban all books and people are only allowed to go on the internet, but only X, where Elon Musk determines what you're allowed to see.
And we have an ex-creator.
Because, you know, I just don't like Mark Zuckerberg.
If we critique Twitter.
I want Elon Musk to be censoring me because, you know.
You know, shout out to Barack for owning his bisexuality, and that's probably part of why he's so charismatic. If he's truly bisexual, according to this biography, he is. Or
you think bisexuality makes people charismatic?
You can fantasize.
Yeah, you
in a way,
pretty charismatic.
Like Mick Jagger, David Bowie, like they were just loose. Or Mick is loose, like, and that's part of it is his bisexuality. He's like not afraid of sex, so he'll like touch anybody, and that makes him very easy to love for a man and a woman. So good for Barack.
But then, if he was bisexual, why didn't he come out sooner? Right.
Well, also, fantasizing doesn't make you bisexual. It's actually having sex with men would have made him bisexual, in my opinion. I don't think
so. I think it's more of like a spiritual thing.
Well, like, if you want to do it, that makes you bisexual. Yeah,
if Barack is attracted to men, he is. You know, it's like if you're a dude and you're a virgin, but you're attracted to women, you're not gay. You're not asexual because you've never had sex. Like, no, you're attracted to women. You're just like, you're a virgin.
So
you know what I mean?
Is it both? Like, because if you're straight, but you have a bunch of sex with guys, you're still straight? Asking for a friend.
Why?
Like, you'd be bi. So it would make you gay to have sex with men, but it also makes you gay to think about having sex with men.
What I'm saying is, let's say there's a guy, he's 20, there's a 20-year-old guy, and he's never been with a woman, but he's attracted to women. He is straight. It doesn't matter if he did or didn't.
Yeah.
And there could be a guy who's only attracted to guys. He is gay, whether they do anything or not. And then you're saying there's a guy who's only slept with guys, but he's still attracted to women. He would just be bi.
Yeah.
So is Obama? Like, I guess the question is like, how does he respond to this? Does he say like, it never actually happened? He's like, he just dreams every night or something, or what?
Like, if he comes out too hard, like, no, I'm not gay, then like I feel like the LGBTQ lobby will be like, what?
Well, it's like this.
Not even a little bit?
Well, did you see the LGBTQ lobby is mad at Bud Light for not doubling down and support?
yeah.
Yet they've lost all of their market share and
$400 million in sales. Bud Light lost $400 million in sales in the last quarter or something like that.
And the lobby doesn't care.
That's
They're
not
like,
market share. Like, market share is like their stock drop. No, like they actually lost that money in direct sales. They're laying people off. They're shutting down bottling plants.
The distributors are affected. Yeah, no,
They're saying that they expect it not to recover. Well,
because it'll always have that label as the gay beer. Not that anything's wrong with that. It's great. But
That's who their new face is, though. If Obama confirms this letter, then he saves Bud Light.
wow, could you imagine if he's the next spokesman for Bud Light? He's like, I'm gay, and this is why, because I drink Bud Light.
Do you think that a lot of people are gay, but they just don't admit it, or bisexual and they don't admit it?
These days,
No.
I don't. These days, I don't think so. These days, I think it's the opposite. I think people who aren't gay are claiming they are.
Yeah, I actually agree with Tim, because then I think in New York City they just made it where you can put X as your gender, and this past year over 200 kids have put.
But you
X.
get benefits.
Yeah, they're doing it. Yeah, for whatever clout, social
dude,
currency.
Let's be real. If you want a job, let's say you're 18 or whatever, you're trying to get a job, nobody will hire you. Easiest tack. You just put X as your gender. Then when you don't get hired, you accuse them of discrimination, and then the city pays you $100,000 because it's $125,000 for violating civil rights ordinances in New York, and it's $250 for willful violation. So you've got this like exploit that people are going to try and rip off. They're gonna say, but even beyond that, you've got these leftists who are claiming they're part of the LGBT community because it gives them brownie points. Mm-hmm. Like these like 40-year-old white leftists will be like, I'm actually non-binary, and then that way they can claim we when they say LGBT and stuff like that.
Yeah, someone was like, being transgender these days is like what being goth was in the 90s. It was like the trendy, edgy thing to do, which means that eventually it's not, right?
Well, even the term LGBTQ is kind of hypocritical, because if you say lesbian, gay, bisexual, the B means there's two genders.
Yep.
Yeah, when are they going to replace that with
It needs to
LGBT
All
pansexual,
Yeah,
where it's just like
pansexual,
I'm
yeah.
attracted
They already
to
did.
whoever.
That's why it's like two
LGBTQI,
it's like
two
2SI,
spirit,
LGBT something. That's a
But they'll
different
drop the
gender.
B is what I'm saying.
That's my favorite thing in Canada, where they had the banner of LGBTQIA+. They had it all, and Justin
Trudeau couldn't say it.
Yeah,
Remember
No,
that?
Trudeau nailed it. Trudeau would say,
I don't remember what he said. I just remember
No,
how
there was
stupid-
one where he,
One
like,
of the times
stumbled
he
through
stumbled
it.
through it, and they had to correct him. And then he sighed and then said it, and it was just like so funny. Every Pride month, that's what I tweeted out. So
You have
so
like
good.
a way to commemorate the month?
Yes, I do. It's so good.
That's so
Do you think there were other presidents who were gay? Like, we just don't know.
I'm sure.
Who was the one who never got married? That was like the rumor that he was gay.
Never got married?
I'm going to look it up. There was one that was always single. He was never
Polk?
married. Maybe?
That sounds kind of gay. Poking. I know Polk,
James
but
Buchanan.
sounds like poke.
James
Wait,
Buchanan.
no.
Lifelong bachelor. Yeah.
Buchanan?
Wow.
I don't think that he was gay. I'm just saying people make assumptions
He was the
about
pre-Civil War president.
a man of a certain age who never got married. I mean, it raises questions.
I know, especially back then too. I mean,
Yo,
this-
Buchanan was like second worst president we've ever had.
Right. The
Woodrow
concept
Wilson,
of a
course.
confirmed bachelor, like, that was an
Yeah.
allusion to, like, we think that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
think about the women that threw themselves at him. Like,
He was the president
Yeah,
of the
he is
United
the
States and he
president.
couldn't get married. I'm sorry, but, like, where was the ancient bachelor show to, like, make this happen?
Buchanan was engaged to Ann Coleman, daughter of a wealthy Pennsylvania family, but they broke off the engagement for an undisclosed reason, and then Coleman died shortly after.
oh wow,
Possibly
Hillary's
a
body
suicide.
count. Yeah, the Buchanan body count.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's really good looking,
Buchanan
right?
body-
Yeah. What? He looks like Beethoven.
I can't remember. There's one president that everyone is like, no, he is the understate.
JFK?
No, hold on, I'm gonna look.
No, he definitely wasn't gay.
Is this attractive to you?
Yeah.
That's Buchanan.
No, that's not who I was thinking of.
Is
Looks
that-
like Sam Smith.
Yeah, he does.
That's what Sam Smith
when
vibes.
you Google
That's
gay
Buchanan.
President, Buchanan is the first one that
I'm
comes
telling
up.
this is
for real?
because he was never married. And I'm sorry, like, there are other politicians that this comes up about too. The idea, I mean, it's like a joke that Yellowstone makes this joke that like the son who wants to run for office, they're like, yeah, but you have to get married because otherwise it starts to look weird. Like there's an expectation that hopefully by a certain point of life you have this, partner. And I think James Buchanan has always been a mystery for history.
You think he was like, Anne, it's not going to work because I'm gay. And she was like, then I'm leaving you. And he's like, I shouldn't have told her that. What was I thinking?
I mean, there's no evidence as far as I know. I'm just saying the biggest thing that people question is the fact that he never got married.
That's
Oh,
wild.
look at this. It even says he was never married and was the only U.S. president to remain a lifelong bachelor, leading some historians and authors to question his sexual orientation.
But
He
to be
died
fair,
of respiratory failure in 1868 and was buried in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
historians will question your sexuality no matter what at this point because they would love to weave as many gay icons into the past as possible.
I heard that. Yeah, that's crazy. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.